1.7 million people under 75 die every year in Europe, but 1.2 million lives could be saved with more effective prevention and care. Meantime, 1.4 million articles are published every year, but most of the information they provide is not used in everyday patient care. So how can these scientific findings be put in practice as rapidly and effectively as possible? That is the key medical challenge of the 21st century. Translational medicine, or TM, speeds up the practical application of scientific results to find answers to questions asked at the patient's bedside, and thus links clinical and basic research networks. A new TM model, developed on the initiative of the Academia Europaea, focuses on providing healthcare, achieving new scientific results, summarizing these results in layperson's terms, and effectively communicating scientific knowledge to stakeholders, who are patients, healthcare professionals, pharmaceutical companies, and decision makers. The chief characteristic of TM is its multidisciplinarity, and the cornerstone of TM is a registration system that covers all clinical fields.
When we attend patients and when we care for patients, we can do science and we can answer scientific questions while we are making them feel better, while we are giving them a cure, while we are operating on them or doing an endoscopy for them. So basically, translational medicine enables clinicians to learn ways how to practice science, and ultimately that is the aim of translational medicine as I see.
The TM cycle model was introduced in Hungary in 2016, and the program has proved its effectiveness in the intervening years. Recognizing the significance of TM, Semmelweis University in Budapest founded the Center for Translational Medicine in 2021.
Unfortunately, in research and science, in many occasions, the scientists think until the article is published and they put to the shelves, and after nobody using them because they don't think how to take it off from the shelf and bring back for patients' benefit. So this is what we would like to highly emphasize in this program, that the scientific results not finishing actually when they publish the data, but it's finishing when the patients get benefits from it.
This new approach to TM has further renewed PhD training. Our educational model of learning by doing took shape in 2016 under the leadership of Péter Hegyi, the current course director of this unique PhD program. This large-scale program admitted almost 90 students in its first year.
So basically what we are doing here, we are training clinical methodologies for not only newly graduated medical students, but not only medical students, also dietitians, psychologists, for everyone, but not only newly graduated healthcare workers, but also for people already working in the system. Actually, this center aims to teach these clinical methodologies, and that's how can we actually help healthcare.
As a dietitian, I can say that this is the biggest opportunity I had ever had in my life, because in our department we don't have such strict rules and quite holistic studies like the Center of the Translational Medicine. So I'm very grateful to be the member of this whole project.
I'm always thinking of being a physician who has a scientific background. So basically, they are supporting each other. The scientific work that we are doing, plus the clinical work that we are doing, make us a doctor who we have always a question in our mind. That in the clinical practice, if something is questionable, we question it and we search for an answer. Actually, it's quite a good combination of each other.
I'm a conductor, not a medical doctor. I graduated at András Pető faculty many years ago. I'm very glad to participate in this excellent translation medicine team. I like this program because I really like to work in team, and here I can work with very good experts in different fields. It's a very transparent, consistent program. I think it's a very good opportunity for everyone who wants to learn, so join to Translation Medicine team.
The program provides PhD students with the opportunity to choose from among 8 research areas. Working in groups, students are able to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills as effectively as possible, and thus conduct more productive and goal-oriented research. The PhD program covers all aspects of the TM cycle. It teaches students how to be critical consumers of medical studies, how to collect primary data through questions and observations, how to manage patient registries, and how to conduct biomedical research.
At the very beginning, after finishing my university, there was no question whether to be a researcher or a clinician. And when I found there's a way to make research in clinical research and not a basic research, I was more and more interested in. I decided to participate in this translational medicine program because during my education and during the specialization, I found out that it's important to understand the studies there are already in the literature, and important to understand the evidence, the quality of these articles, not just to read all of them and believe everything that was written there.
My daily practice, especially during the COVID pandemic situation, as an emergency physician, I felt the lack of scientific evidence next to my patients. So I choose this program to be able to read the literature to find the answer to my daily practice question. So what the best treatment solution for my patients, have to choose it, and what are the disadvantages of not the best evidence literature. As I feel I got the answers for my questions in this TMC project.
The Center for Translational Medicine aids PhD students with an interdisciplinary research support staff and teaches them how to establish contact with others, what communication strategies to use, and how to make presentations. The primary language of the course is English. After all, that is the language that provides access to the world of science. All phases of the program operate in English. Indeed, tri-monthly progress reports in the first year need to be presented in English, and any questions that may arise need to be answered in that language as well.
I actually have to understand the question very clearly, and I have to realize and answer it very quickly. So maybe that was the hardest part of this project.
For me, the first part that I didn't anticipate was the very first beginning, when we started every week to have group meetings and to discuss with everyone in front of people, because I'm not that accustomed to this. But since I moved from that point, I think it got easily.
Beyond medical training facilities, county hospitals can also partner with the program, thus providing an opportunity for staff at all those institutions who wish to earn a PhD.
One student or colleague in gastroenterology started with, and later on two anesthetist guy and one orthopedic trauma guy started this translational medicine from our hospital. It was fantastic to see the progress concerning the scientific English, concerning the science, orthopedics and anesthesiology. So I think, and I have to tell you that that was a hospital county hospital. First time joined to this translational medicine after the universities.
In addition to teaching students a new approach, enabling them to publish in journals with a high impact factor, and granting them a PhD, the program also offers them the opportunity to expand their network in a scientifically inspiring environment.
Our major aim that the first year they concentrate heavily on scientific activity, and at the end of the year they would finish the 2 projects which required for PhD. And in a year 2 they will mostly concentrate on healthcare, but still have protected time 1 day each week for science.
Those who wish to take an active part in the main goal of translational medicine, to renew healthcare with results that can be measured in terms of human lives, are encouraged to apply to the PhD program at the Semmelweis University Center for Translational Medicine. Together, let's bring science to patient care.